What's up, Go Backs? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Clock. I'm your host, Swag Master Flex, coming at you live from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. What's up, Go Backs? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Clock. I'm your host, Swag Master Flex, and let's get straight into it. So, as most of you guys know, I'm a huge Knicks fan, but surprisingly, I've never been to a Knicks game. That wasn't until last night. I went to the Knicks-Kings game last night with my brother, and of course, I took some footage so that I could show you guys how the experience was in case any of you Knicks fans out there had never been to the Garden for a game. Let me just tell you, it's electrifying, and I had the time of my life. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those clips, and then I'll come back afterwards and recap the game and talk about who had great performances, how the coaching staff was doing their rotations, yada, yada, etc. So enjoy the clips. Just enjoy the clips. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! RJ Barrett, baby! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! RJ Barrett, baby! Yes, sir! Tibbs! He's not worried about us.
Yeah.
Is that everybody? Julius! Just nod, what? Congratulations! Congratulations! What's up, Go Backs? We just made it back to the Beacon train station after the game, and it was a great one. The Knicks had one of the greatest offensive outings this season, and I will have all of that and more when I film more tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed those clips of me fangirling and freaking out at the Garden. I sure enjoyed being there, but now we can talk about the game. So, we started off strong. We started off with a new starting point guard as well, because Elfrid Payton wasn't playing last night. I'm not sure why, but I'm not complaining. Derrick Rose started for us. He started out 7 for 7, so he was clicking with that first unit out there, because usually, since we've gotten him, Tibbs will run him with the second rotation with Quickly and Derrick Rose as our backcourt. But this time, Derrick Rose was the primary point guard in the backcourt for the starters, and then Quickly was the point guard for that second rotation. Now, these rotations that Tibbs have been running up until this point have actually upset a couple of fans. Sometimes he'll take RJ out for long stretches. Sometimes he'll just won't run certain players. Last night, we got to see pretty much all the Knicks had to offer. Theo Pinson played. Kevin Knox played, and he hasn't played in a while. And I'm not sure why. Kevin Knox has been healthy, and before Tibbs started taking him out of the rotation, he was becoming a consistent three-point shooter. And last night, he showed more of that. He hit a three from the corner within a couple of minutes of him being checked in. He only checked in the fourth. So I feel like Tibbs isn't really utilizing Kevin Knox, but hopefully he'll see that, you know, he hasn't played for this amount of time. As soon as I put him in, he hit a three. I can trust him, right? So we saw Kevin Knox, we saw Theo Pinson, we saw Frank for the first time in a really long time, Frank Ntilikina. He wasn't with the team due to COVID restrictions, I believe, for a little while. Now he's back. He racked up 3 steals last night. We all know that Frank is a defensive beast. That's why New York loves him so much. That's why Tibbs is going to love him so much, because Tibbs is a defensive-minded coach. And not to mention last night, the amount of points we put up, the Knicks are averaging about 102 points a game. I think that's the 30th in the league. If not, it's the 29th. We're pretty low when it comes to offensive scoring. Last night, we scored 140 points. We hit 100 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. This season, that's pretty much been unheard of. We always hit, if we even hit 100, we usually hit it in the fourth quarter with not that much time left. So it was crazy to see our offense was clicking. Defensively, it wasn't our strongest game, but our offense made up for it. However, we can't really make a habit of that because defense wins championships, offense sells tickets. Alec Burks hit like 5 consecutive threes coming out of the halftime break. It was just great ball movement, it was great passing, and it was good coaching. Everything that could have went right last night for the New York Knicks went right. And it could be the motivation of the fans. The fans were back in the building. The fans came back on the 23rd, which was their game against the Warriors, and they lost, unfortunately. And maybe that motivated them, like, the fans are back. They're here to support us. We should give them something to support. And they came out that next game with the fans and just gave us something to be proud of. So, with that being said, the Knicks are now 16-17, one win away from 500, and I believe we are the 5th seed in the East. So if we can continue this pace, we're on track to make the playoffs. So thank you for watching. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed those clips, and tune in next week.